For football fans, I think one of the most exciting aspects of football is seeing a player take on another player, and it's something that you're so very good at, and you've got a lot of different tricks. One of the ones that you use where you roll the ball with one foot and then step over with the other foot, is that one that you've done since you were a kid?
Yes, I think I created that one. Because,
Really? Well, you've taught me something there, because when I teach kids, for years I call that move the Ronaldo, and kids say, no, it's Okocha, and I said, no, it's Ronaldo's move, but now, okay, I know it's your move.
it's my move, and I can tell you exactly when Ronaldo picked it up from
Really?
me.
Really?
It was during the Olympic Games.
In 96?
1996.
Really?
I did it against Brazil.
Did you?
Yeah, and that was when
Yes,
he
because
saw
probably first time I saw Ronaldo do it was the season after.
Yeah, and then ever since he has been doing it as well.
For Brazilians, it was such an important thing to win the Olympic Games, because for Brazilians it's the only, for some people maybe it doesn't seem a big deal in England, but for Brazilians it's the only major trophy they hadn't won, and that was a big disappointment to many Brazilians. And Rivaldo, after that, he had 2 years when people didn't like him, because I think in the game against, he came on for Juninho, I think, in the game against
Nigeria.
Was that 3-1?
They were 3-1 up.
That was it, they were 3-1 up against
3-1
you.
up against us.
Rivaldo came on for Juninho.
Yeah, and we equalized just
A couple of minutes to go.
Couple of minutes to go, and then on the extra time we won it 4-3.
Fantastic. Is that in your proudest moments in football, winning that for the country?
Well, yes. I mean, being among the first African team
Yes.
to have won it,
To got that.
it was something special.
Yeah. What other moves? You know, we've been working on some with you. What other moves do you like to beat players? That's one that you're really famous for, the roll and the step. What other ones?
Yeah, another one that I found very easy to do is the one I flick over on top of somebody's head. You know, and
What, like what you did against Ray Parlour?
exactly.
Yeah?
You know, that's that's a bit easy for me to do.
Yeah?
And a bit deceiving
Yes.
to do, and that's why I like doing it.
Yeah. That was the first time I'd seen it done. I don't know about you guys, but I'd never ever seen that done in a match before. As you? In England, I don't think we'd ever had it. It's a fantastic.
Well, I think you might have seen people doing it from side, but doing it in front,
Yes.
it's really difficult.
Did he say anything to you afterwards?
No, he didn't, but I got a phone call from a friend that is playing with him. Kano.
Really?
Yeah. And
Cano? What did he
yeah,
say?
He said that they teased him all the week, you know, and he didn't find it funny.
Didn't he?
Yeah, that I should be careful next season.
You'll have to. He'll be looking for you. Did you do that from a dead ball, or was the ball moving when you came into it?
I did it from almost a dead ball.
Had you got stuck in the corner and
Yeah,
didn't it came in your head to...
exactly.
Fantastic. What other ones do you like using?
Well, another one that I like to use is if we are leading comfortably.
Yes.
The one I flick behind
Yeah.
me and then over an opponent's head.
And you would only what? So in a game, if you're in the lead and everything's going well, it's more time to use that sort of
Because it could go
stuff.
wrong, and
Yeah.
I don't want the manager to be mad at me, so
Yes.
I always use it when we're very comfortable.
The elastic type of thing that we were doing. Do you ever use that in a game?
Well, I can't remember using it here in the Premiership, but I use it
Other times.
Yeah.
And what when you're running against a defender, does it come in your head? I'll do this move, or does it come in, or is it just afterwards you think, well, was it like a more subconscious thing?
Well, it's more of a conscious thing, you know. For me, it's the opponent that determines
Yes. What you'll
I
do.
do.
Yes.
You know.
Yes.
Except for some occasions where I decide what to do because
Yes.
I've got the ball.
Yes.
And I believe whenever I've got the ball, I decide what happens.
Exactly.
You know, and you can never know what I'm thinking about.
Yes.
You know, and that's my strength. I always focus on the opponent's movement
Right.
to know how to get past him.
Yes. I think like I think that you've taught a lot of other players, both children and even professional players. I know professional players that watch you and they learn and go and try some things you do. Maybe not in a game, they haven't the confidence yet, but in training. Is there any players that you look at and you learn a thing off, or you maybe learn a new move?
Well, to be honest, not much. What I learn from others is to be more disciplined,
Yes.
to be more tactical,
Yes.
aware, you know,
Yes.
to keep the shape of the team, to keep
Yes.
the discipline of
Yes.
the team. And that's the part of the game that I have to learn.
Yes.
And that has been what I've learned from other players.
Yes.
But all the tricks, that's what I do.
You have, yes.
That's what I've been doing.
You don't think these can teach you some?
They can. I mean, they can, because I've left some now.
Yeah, yeah.
Because if you're a professional, you're limited to some
what
things.
You can do, yes.
And I try to do the things that I can use in a game.
Yes.
You know, and of course I can learn a lot from them. But the thing that I would like you to realize is that skills alone can't keep you there. You need a lot of discipline, a lot of dedication, a lot of determination, and self-belief as well, and practice. You know, it's not just skills. You can't do skills for 90 minutes. 90 minutes. You can't do it even for 20 minutes. But for you to get there, to be able to show your skills, you need a lot of things. And most important one is discipline and dedication to what you're doing.
Yeah, I think we try and put skills as the last thing we first say, is your mentality, your dedication, physical, and but then if you have skills, then I think then you are what I would call that's what I call a footballer, and that's what I want to see. When you were the age of these boys are smaller, who was your hero as a kid?
Well, as a kid, we are all talking about Pele,
yes.
know, because we don't have the opportunity to watch like Premiership or some other European leagues. So for us, it was just the World Cup, and Pele
yes.
was our idol, you know, because I can still remember there's this bubble gum.
Right.
If you buy it, you get Pele's picture. So,
really?
you know, that was the only way we were talking about Pele.
Well, it's nice that he put you in his list.
Yeah, I felt very honored.
Yeah, big honor. You were at with Ronaldinho in Paris Saint-Germain.
Yes.
I think it's some things that he has he's maybe learned from you.
Well, yes, I think
you're older
so.
player, he respected you. Yeah.
To me, I believe there's no limit in learning. You can
yes.
always learn, and there's no limit to what you can do with the ball.
Yes.
Unless you don't know it.
Yes.
You know, and once you play around with the ball, you can see that, you can discover that you do things that you don't even know how you've done them.
Yes.
You know? So that's the fun of the game.
Yes.
You know, trying to do what others cannot do.
Yes.
For me, is the
yes.
joy of the game.
Of football. I think in Britain, you've been fantastic for the public and for players, because a lot of things that you do in a game, people would have said it's not possible. And I think a nice thing when we work with children is that I try to get across to children, and I know you would the same, that as you've just said, anything's possible with a ball, and through practice, you'll amaze yourself with what you can do.
Exactly, and what I'm trying to pass over to the kids, it's like, no matter how the pressure or how high the pressure is now
yes.
in football, it's still a game. You know, so this is what I try to forget whenever I step into a game. I forget that there's something like pressure. For me, it's a game. You can only win or lose, but you just have to try and keep the team disciplined.
Yeah, yes.
And then if it is going well, you do your own things. And sometimes, even if it's not going well, I try to do my own thing to win the game for the team.
Yes.
You know, so it's all about enjoying what you're doing, and for me, it's a game. With
Brazilian players that I've spoke to, they'll often say that the game isn't just the result. They say in Brazil, futebol resultado, they don't like. It's also the spectacle. And I think you play in that same. You seem to have that same philosophy in the way you play.
Well, yes. I mean, if you think about people that are paying for their tickets to come and watch you, they want to go home very happy. And if it's all about kicking and running, you know, I don't think that they will be smiling when they are going home. But even if you lose some games, you know, if you give them something to think about, something to smile about when they are going home, I think that will encourage them to come back next time.
Yes, to go happy.
And that's what I'm trying to
yes.
do.
Does your faith have any bearing on you as a footballer? Does it help you?
Well, yes. I mean, my faith taught me to be humble.
Yes.
You know, and to realize that there's no limit to success. And once you humble yourself, you can only go higher. And once you realize that, every day is like a new challenge. you know, and every day you find a new motivation to keep yourself going.
In football, what would you like to achieve next? The World Cup with Nigeria?
Well, that seems a bit impossible right now.
You just said nothing's impossible.
Yes, but you have to be realistic as well.
Yeah.
I mean, it's possible. You can only try your best and then leave the rest to God, you know. But right now, I'm trying to focus on what I can achieve with my club side.
Yes.
Because I think I have a better chance of winning something with my club side
Yes.
than winning something with my national team. Of course, I've won the African Nations Cup with Nigeria, but I've not won anything in terms of club
football.
career, you know.
Yes.
So that's what I'm looking forward to, working hard towards, you know,
Yes.
to see if I can win anything with my club.